Cowboys and cowgirls, it's Regan aka Wannabe Cowb0y here with Live in the Living Room, kindly sponsored by Saddleborn UK. And today I am joined by a wonderful UK act. I have Joe and Alex from Birds Flying Backwards. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Hello, thank you so much for having us. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay?
Yeah. We're having a fantastic time.
Just absolutely living the, long road day 2. I imagine the vibes are just up on a high end.
The vibes are incredible, actually. We've never been here before. We didn't know what to expect, and it's surpassed all my expectations. It's wonderful. We had the best night ever last night. We got drunk as hell. We sang karaoke till the wee hours, and then we woke up today. We played. Great gig, and we're feeling amazing. So,
that's the main thing, obviously. So, for people watching Live in the Living Room, they might not know you about Birds Flying Backwards. So, tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your origins. Obviously, we had a little chat off camera. You say your music's not country, but it's there is that twinge of country and mix of folk. And so, when people see Birds Flying Backwards, what kind of music can they expect to hear?
So Birds Flying Backwards is it's all sorts of stuff, really. When it started out, it was always going to be it started off, we were doing this psychedelic rock. It was a little bit jazzy. Alex got a real jazz background. So we were listening to a lot of kind of Alice Coltrane, and that was what we were. So we did this kind of psychedelic project, and it had those Americana influences, I guess, because that's also what we listened to. So it started off as that, and then it was we're going to do a new project, not just a new album, going to be a different sound. Now this one is way more Americana, but they've had Americana influence before, but it was always going to be different every time, for every album or every new release for Birds Flying Backwards. That was kind of, we never wanted to just do the same thing.
No, of course, yeah. So for the people that don't know, you are 2 of 5.
We're 2 of 6. Yes, the other guy's gone AWOL, so we're the ones that remember.
It would be a bit carnage to try and fit 6 people all in here. So I believe it just started off with one person.
Yes, and then it somewhat as a solo project of mine. Yeah,
and then people.
So me and Alex and Luke, the bass player, we were all in another band together, and Ross actually, formerly, all in another band together called Double Cream.
Okay.
So that was the project, and then it was I was writing my own song, kind of doing it solo project in my bedroom, and then it was let's do that as well. Excuse me. And then we kind of made this other band where and then we all got together, changed all the songs, wrote stuff together, and then became a band.
So Alex, how did you find jumping on, going from Joe doing his solo subject to him going, hey, let's try and work together? Have you 2 been friends for a long time, or?
Well, we've been playing together for some years now, I suppose, haven't we? Yeah, it was as Joe said, we were in this guy is.
Joe, Jason,
we were playing together in another band for a while with Luke, the bass player, the singer of that band. So it was quite different music. Because the chemistry was already there. We're playing together a lot.
Again, I can imagine in music having that chemistry is the main thing, because you want someone you can trust. You want someone you can be able to jam with, and that kind of aspect. But for Birds Flying Backwards, where does your inspiration come from when it comes to writing your songs? Do you base your music off different acts, different bands, different artists, or do you want to kind of create your sole basis of this is our music?
Honestly, when it comes to writing the songs, it's just whatever. I don't ever think I want to write a song like this, or I want to write a song like that. Whatever I just happen to write that day will just be the song. So that's why they're all different. You know what I mean? One day it'll be a kind of psychedelic, droney rock thing, and then sometimes it'll be a country song, just depending on what mood I'm in. I never obviously there's bands I love and who inspire me loads with my guitar playing and who I want to be and dress and
I think we all have that, don't we? We all have people we want to base our styles off.
Yeah, I'm those guys look so cool.
Kind of influences. We don't want to be them, but we want to match them.
I can't write to a brief. I can't be I want to write a song like him. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
So I can only write what just happens to, and I don't write. It doesn't happen that often, but I'll just sometimes sit down and then just make a song, and that will just be what it is. So I don't know too much about the inspiration of. Yeah, I find it hard, because if I think of someone I want to write a song like that, then it ends up just sounding like a bit of a cheap copy of that.
Yeah, you don't want to be seen as you don't want to be seen as someone doing someone else. You want to be seen as yourself. So
I guess we do show our influences somewhat on us.
It's always good. It's always good to show where your roots came from. I feel
like we love the Beatles. Everyone's,
I can tell with the glasses. Alex's glasses is rocking them very fashionably. Can we say?
Yes. So and that comes through. They've got the chords and that stuff. But I don't know. It's a melting pot, obviously, as everyone else.
Yeah. Well, I suppose like with the country elements, I think a lot of it comes from like I think we're all into like the band and Little Feat and these kind of countries, roots rock kind of bands
of course.
From the 70s. I think that's definitely had a lot of influence on that.
I feel like with country, expire in the UK, it's up and up and up and up. You might be surprised, obviously when you go and play your show, there's people there singing your songs back to you, as music artists, obviously, compared to the big acts, obviously. If relative, as you said, you've been in other bands. Birds Fly Backwards is relatively new in a sense. How does it feel, intrusively being like, wow, there's people here that know our music?
To be honest with you, nobody really knows our music. Like my girlfriend knows a couple of words to some of the songs. Double Cream, some people know the words, but like honestly, we're still so unknown. To be honest with you,
that's why we're here.
But when we get any good response to the music, it just feels amazing. But
we love
feeling ever.
We love promoting, especially UK country acts, new acts. That's what Live in the Living Room is born on. We want to push people and push your acts out there to more music. So I guess now is your opportunity for people watching at home, watching YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Where can they find out more about Birds Flying Backwards?
Okay, so Birds Flying Backwards, we've got an album recorded. We're completely independent. We fund everything ourselves. We don't have a record label. We don't have a manager. We don't have a booking agent. We don't have anything. So we've recorded an album. We spent all of our money doing that. Hopefully that's going to come out next year. But we've released the first 2 singles off that album. One came out last Thursday. It's called All I Need. You can find that online on Spotify. The previous one was called One Heartbreak to Another. It's a great country banger. You can find that on Spotify. And we want to get impressed into, we find the right person who will want to get on board. But so album coming out in early 2026. It's going to be called Lovebirds.
Very fitting
exactly.
name.
There are lots of love songs on there.
Will they be flying backwards as well?
The Lovebirds will definitely be flying backwards, as always. One step forwards, 2 steps backwards with us every time. So that's just if you've heard us and you saw our set, then check us out. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Every little helps. We just want to release music and do our thing, and
you want to live your best life. Like you say, heard it here first. People, I'm pretty sure they can just Google Birds Flying Backwards and
Google us.
They'll know everything about you. They'll probably even know Alex's date of birth by the end of the week. You never know.
That's a mystery. 2002 is that?
Yeah, I think
They'll know they'll know his credit card number, his phone number.
You don't want to know his credit card number. There's nothing on there.
But no. So that is all we have time for, I'm afraid, today here on Live in the Living Room. Again, I just want to say a big thank you to Joe and Alex from Birds Flying Backwards so much for coming on. But gentlemen, I wish you the best of experiences here at the Long Road Festival. I hope you get to enjoy, the rest of the day. And, if you're here tomorrow, I'm sure we can catch up for a beer.
We're going to have a great time. Thank you so much for having us.
People live in the living room. I have been Regan, aka Wannabe Cowb0y, joined by the wonderful Birds Flying Backwards. And
Cheers.
we will see you on the next episode. Goodbye.
Peace.